Hello, hello, welcome back. It's another re record because once again I recorded and bumped the echo button and it was not enjoyable. I actually was gonna just roll with it because the last time I think I did and it was okay. But no, I tried to edit this twice and I was like, Sarah, this is the perfectionism that's coming through. Just edit it. And then I just continued listening to it. I'm like, no, this isn't perfectionism. This is having self pride in some of the work I put out. So here we are. It is Thursday afternoon, not even afternoon. It's like 10:45. I just got my daughter down for a nap, and I've got my son watching Gigantosaurus or whatever show he likes right now. And we're gonna pray and hope that I can get 20 minutes of filming done or recording done. The thing about reshoots is that I don't actually mind them. They're just inconvenient. But 9 times out of 10, they come out better because if I get to record at this time every single day, then it's just so much better. My energy's higher, my coffee's kicking in. The kids haven't worn me out yet as much as they typically will have by like 9 p.m. when I typically record. So here we are. Anyway, let's jump into this episode. So I've had a crazy May. We have had just so much good things happening in my personal life, and at the same time it feels like the world and social media is just negativity and sadness and heartbreak. I'm talking about like TikTok, everything with TikTok. If you don't know, if you're not online very much, good for you, and I wish I could be more like that. We're working on it. But this one TikToker lost her son in a terrible drowning accident. His birthday is only 2 days after my son, so I have followed her ish for the last 3-ish years. That's heartbreaking, and then the commentary around it has been just tragic and people placing blame. The next thing that she keeps showing up on my For You page is the Diddy trial, which is so dark, and I want justice to be served so bad, but like I can't even listen to all of the details and the recaps because it's just so heavy. Gaza has just had like this new wave of, I mean, it never ended, but I think this new wave of media and focus, and I think that some of the countries making a stand against it and speaking up against finally, like it's 2 years too late really, but finally making a stand on like starving kids and starving people is not okay. This is all war crimes. So anyway, those are my opinions on the general discussion of the world right now. It's pretty heavy no matter where I go, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok especially. So I wanted to do a little bit of a life update today with also some of the things that I have been loving. Just things that are making me happy, things that are like taking care of my mental health, and some of the positives of May. Anyway, here we go. So jumping into May with what's been just some of the best parts of the month. We started off with having a bathroom reno. So we decided we were going to paint and throw in a vanity and a new toilet, which is so overdue. However, I was like, we're not taking out everything until everything's ready to go, until we own all the pieces so that it's like pull things out, paint it, and put it back in. When I start a project, I like to finish it. And if I can't finish it, I just don't start it. There's pros and cons to that method. My husband, on the other hand, is let's just start it and we'll work on it when we get a chance, which means we're going to have this freaking bathroom going on for like 4 months if I'm not like really kicking his butt with it. So I've done the painting. We have the vanity and the toilet in, but there's no sink yet. Like we haven't gotten the plumbing hooked up there. So people have to use the toilet or the shower, and then they have to come out and wash their hands in the kitchen, which is, I guess, great for accountability purposes of like making sure everyone's in my house with clean hands. But like, it's not ideal. And then, yeah, like I have to get artwork. I have to hang up towel racks and stuff like this. I want it done. It was supposed to be done last week, and it's just been so many people. So anyway, my in-laws came. That was a lot of fun. I don't know if I said that already, but they came, I think the second or first weekend of May. My son and daughter were so happy. They don't really get to see grandparents very often, like maybe once or twice a year. And yeah, it was just so nice to have them here. And we just enjoy their company. It was been raining all month, so we've spent a lot of time indoors, but it still worked out. Then my family, like my personal family, sorry, my in-laws are my family too. I'm trying to explain this. My mom, my grandpa, and my mom's girlfriend, they are doing a cross-Canada road trip. So they were coming here for the May long weekend because that was when they were leaving from like going through BC, going through Alberta, and heading out east. So they were coming out here. Then my sister, Liz, she came from Australia and she's been over there for like a year and a half at this point. She's flying home to start her nursing school or whatever. So she flew in last Monday, like a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. I picked her up from the airport. Thursday night, went and picked up my sister Elena. She came in from London. I've talked about her before. She's the singer. Friday night, my mom and my grandpa and my mom's girlfriend and my brother and my niece, they all arrived. That same night, that Friday night, I went to a friend's like wrestling event. So she's a firefighter and they were doing this WWE fundraiser for the burn unit, which was so cool. I love attending charity events. Like it's such a fun way to raise money and like get community out and just support local and then support people who really, really need it too. And you kind of get like this entertainment out of it. So anyway, there was this WWE event, which was bizarre. I will never go to another one unless she is in it because I was so uncomfortable watching all these adults, but like specifically grown men, sweaty, old grown men. Not all of them are old, but like they are pretending to wrestle. Like it is real. They're doing like real body slams and stuff like that. And like my friend did a lot of big jumps and spins and stuff. Like, I know it's a very physical sport, but I just can't with the characters. There's one guy, like, his whole character is that he's escaped from the penitentiary or whatever it's called, like the jail. And he was wrestling someone who's escaped from, like, this crazy house. I don't know. And then this other set was this guy who's, like, basically pretending to be a cat. And when he ran off the stage or out of the ring, his opponent like lured him back in with cat treats, and it's just so weird. Like I was just so uncomfortable, but also in awe of the support and the people there who were like really into it, who like knew the names and were cheering it on. It's not my thing at all, but it was very fun. It was great to go out and like celebrate her, fundraise for her fire department and everything like that. So that was good. Saturday was just kind of like a hangout day. I was doing a lot of baking and getting things ready for the family. Well, family was there, but my mom and siblings and stuff went out and did some running around. I don't actually remember, what did I do Saturday? I think it was just busy. And when it wasn't busy, I was dissociating to try to like come back into myself again. But Saturday night was my sister's concert. So she has her album tour right now. I've talked about this in the past episodes. If you are interested in seeing if she's coming to your city across Canada, check out the links in the description and in the comments area. She's doing, I think, 8 cities right now. I'm not totally sure. I don't remember. I'm a bad sister. Sorry. But her tickets are there. Some of them are ticketed. Some of them are paid by donation. Some of them are, yeah. They're all available. All the information's down below. Why am I trying to give you information I don't have? So she came and that was her concert that night. It was really good. I was so impressed. And I feel like sometimes when I'm talking about her show, it sounds like I'm surprised that I was like, wow, I was really impressed. But the thing is, I've seen her perform live before and she's always been really good. She's a very consistent performer. But like Saturday night, I was going to say last night, but oh my God, Saturday night, she had just such a clear tone. And it was the first time that like her first show on this tour. So she's working out the kinks. She's trying to figure out the volume of certain audio and everything like that. And she still sounded so good. Her tone was so clear. And keep in mind that this is not the singer growing up. She was the piano player, I was the singer. Everyone was kind of given these roles. So she didn't start singing until she was in her 20s. And that's when somebody else was like, you should sing your own music. Because up until then, all she wanted to do was write her own music and like let somebody else sing it because she didn't believe she could sing. So she has had to work really hard at this aspect of her craft. And she's done such a good job. And every time I hear her just hitting such a great note or like the breath work comes out so beautifully, I think back to a decade ago when she was in Berkeley and I was here in Calgary, and I'd be walking on my way to school, like to my massage classes at like 6:30 in the morning, listening to voice notes that she'd sent me from Boston. And she's like, what do you think about this song? And she would be sending me all these random brain dumps essentially. So sometimes it was singing, sometimes it was rapping, sometimes the lyrics were just questionable and sometimes they're really good. Like there's songs that she sent me from back then that I'm like, why have you not released these? These are so good. And she's like, oh no, they're not. I'm like, no, they are. I promise they are. I will be honest with her if they are not. So yeah, it's just so interesting hearing the growth and like watching it in real time. I'm just so proud of her. So obviously, as I just went on this big rant, is it a rant if it's positive? I feel like a rant is typically a negative thing. What is a positive? Is it like gushing? Am I gushing about her right now? That's kind of weird. I feel like that's weird. But anyway, moving into the next thing. That was Saturday night. And then Sunday we went that was actually a really chill day. Sunday was really quiet and we just hung out and all recovered. My mom and everybody went out to get the motorhome, I believe. And that's what they're using to go across the country. And then Monday was the long weekend. So we went to Drumheller and that was really fun. I vlogged a lot. Whether that footage will ever see the light of day, I don't know, because I'm terrible at making time to edit and post. As much like I want to be a content creator and I'm like really bad at consistently putting out content. So something to be working on for sure. But yeah, that was kind of this update for last week. I think that having the family in town was part of what helped with the mental health, which is interesting because in the past, it's always been a part of my life where I love my family. I get so excited to have them. And then I kind of just like, I get so overwhelmed that I turn into this version of me that I don't like. I'm snappy. I snap at my kids. I fight with my husband. And I just get really grouchy. And so I went into this weekend after a week before going to therapy, and I went into the therapy session saying like, this is what happens when my family comes. I don't want that to happen because I'm so excited. I'm genuinely so excited to have them here. But what's going on? Like, let's figure out some coping mechanisms. My husband said, have a great therapy appointment. And then he quickly said, well, I guess that's not that fun because you're probably going to cry. And I remember saying, I don't think I'm going to cry today because it's going to be a really good good session. Famous last words, right? You don't go into a therapy session and say you're not going to cry because you know you're going to sob in that case. And we did. It was a very heavy session. We brought up a lot of stuff. We got to this point where my therapist was like, what age is the version or what age is the feeling that comes up when your family's here? Like what age is that anger and that frustration? And we pinned it back to me being like, I typically say about 14, but in this case, I think it was anywhere from like 8 to 17 was what I told her. It's just this feeling of I have to take care of everybody. I've been doing so much work on trying to let go of like, I don't need to manage anyone else's emotions. For the time being, I am a little bit responsible for my kids' emotions, but I'm not responsible for my husband's, not anyone else in my house. I always get very overwhelmed when people stay in my house because I love hosting so much. But my kids are so freaking loud and they wake up at like 6:30 and they run all over the house, which is fine. It's their house. They're allowed to do that. However, my floor, like this is not a soundproof house. This place is like 50 years old, if not more. And so it's just echoey and loud and they're running over where everyone sleeps. And I get really stressed out. And then that's where it spirals the whole screaming at my kids. And like, I'm frustrated because I don't get to wake up slow and they're disrupting my guests' sleep and all this stuff. We pin that back to me being like, 8 or 9, constantly trying to keep the kids quiet because my mom had migraines and just like trying to help out my parents. This has gone into such a spiral. I'm so sorry. We are like way off the whole general update thing. And I don't even think I've gotten into like what's made me happy this month, but it's coming. It's a bit of a weird episode this week. I'm so sorry. We're making up for missing last week. And also this is my second coffee. So if you're like, wow, she's chipper, it's because the caffeine and also my baby's napping and my kids have been really good today. That is also, though, because I've been chill. I think I've been way more chill than I typically have been because when my family was here, I didn't let it stress me out. My kids are going to run and that's okay. If somebody has a problem with it, they are all adults and I know that we have a great communication system. But because I was letting go of all of that, I think I was just way more present with my kids. My niece was here too and she's about 7 or 8 months older than my son. And I find that when she's present, I do try really hard to be sweeter to my kids. And it reminds me to be patient because she is such a beautiful, sweet, quiet soul. And my brother is so good with her. Like he talks to her and my kids in just a very patient manner. And he's such a good dad with her. And it just reminds me of like there's another way of handling this. I don't need to yell in order to sort this situation out. I don't need to get frustrated. And if I am frustrated, I can still manage my emotions while teaching my kids how to manage theirs. Verbalizing makes it so much better. Let's go into the actual situation here. Okay, so mental health and just things that are making me happy. Vitamins. I just ran out of this new vitamin I was taking, Suku vitamins. They're a Canadian brand. I've been trying really hard to shop Canadian, buy Canadian, Calgarian and like Albertan if I can. Like I'm trying to start so local and then spread myself out from there. That being said, it's expensive sometimes, and so I'm gonna have to I have to balance my dollar where it goes. The Suku vitamins, though, are gummy vitamins. They are made in Canada, from my understanding. They're a Canadian company. And I switched back to taking a prenatal because I do not intend to ever be pregnant again. But I do want stronger nails. And I kind of forgot that when I'm breastfeeding, I'm going to be losing so many more vitamins and nutrients. And so by switching, like they say you shouldn't be taking or don't go off the prenatal until you're done breastfeeding. I don't know why I did. Because my nails were they were looking not cute. And my hair is typically been so good. Like lately, it's just been so phenomenal. I love it. And it started getting not so cute. So I started taking their prenatal vitamin again. And they're so good. Immediately, I noticed results. Like within a week, my vitamins, my nails were so much better. I've heard really good things about their magnesium one as well, but I can't speak to that. I've not tried it. But my husband takes their men's vitamin, and I will be buying the kids' vitamins again soon for my children. We all love it. Great brand. The other brand I've been really, really a huge fan of, I don't know if I've talked about it here before, but I've talked about it on social media, Array. They are a Canadian company and a woman-owned company as well. They started out with their bloat capsules, which some people, they're like, that never worked for me. For me and my husband, they work within an hour. I love the bloat capsules, and I'll swear by those. But I understand they don't work for everybody. Like nothing should be a one size fit all. And if it does, if someone's advertising it as like this works for everyone, it's immediately not true. But yeah, the Array bloat is great. And I've been recently for the last 3 months taking their Tribiotic. 3 months? I think so. I think I just finished their third, or I'm in the middle of my third bottle. So it's a Tribiotic, which is a probiotic, a gut health, what is it? Gut health, skin health, and vaginal health, I believe. So it's a probiotic situation for women, and it's been phenomenal. My skin has never been better. Actually, right now, it's not the best because I've been eating so much ice cream and so much sugar, and I know that. I know it triggers my skin. But when I was actually when I'm even now getting back into eating my normal routine of eating, this vitamin or this supplement has helped so much. And then I was also taking their tone, and it's like a creatine gummy. I was taking 2 of them a day. I loved that. It was so good. If I did a workout like 3 times a week, I was seeing seeing muscle definition. I'm waiting for my new order. That's why I said was, because I don't have any right now. But yeah, the Tribiotic and the tone have been huge hits. I was an ambassador with them, and that's also why I started talking about them a bit more, but they've just closed their ambassador program. So I make no money, okay? I'm going to put their links down below, but these are not affiliate links. I'll link everything I'm talking about. They're just such a good product. I've spoken about them in the past and then spoken about them as the ambassador. And yeah, I am pretty picky. I try to be pretty picky about what I put my name behind and what I talk about publicly. And Array is one I will continue to stand behind just as a fan and as a consumer, and hopefully one day as an ambassador again, because they're such a great company. But yeah, the Tribiotic and the tone, and I just reordered the MB1 for the summer. It's like a little metabolism booster. And it could be a placebo effect, but I'm going to go into placebo effects in another conversation because I can already tell this is going to be a long topic or a long episode. I personally love a placebo effect, and we'll leave it there until the next episode. So, okay, moving into the next thing. What else do I have here? Bathroom updates, talked about it. Supporting the Friends, talked about it. Oh, 6, the musical. My friend Victoria took me on Tuesday night. Was it Tuesday? Yeah, I think so. It was their opening night here in Calgary. When you listen to this, if you listen to this on the day it comes out for Friday, I think they close on the 25th. However, if you're across Canada or the UK, or you just US, if you get a chance to watch this musical, I highly recommend. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It's like a girl band concert, but they're telling you like each wife of Henry VIII is telling you why she suffered the most. And it's got this beautiful little twist at the end. And the characters are hilarious. The songwriting, so good. The vocals are impeccable. So yeah, it was a great show. Highly recommend seeing it. I kind of want to even like see if there's any tickets left for this weekend and go again, because now that I know that I've never seen it before and I had only seen a couple episodes on, or a couple clips of songs on TikTok. So I want to actually go see the whole thing again, knowing what I know. If you get a chance to, please go. Let me know if you go and tell me what you think about it. It was just so incredible. I was so impressed. The next thing I'm going to talk about here is my red light therapy mask. I got it from Amazon. I thought it was $40. It was $140. Still a great deal. And I actually noticed such a good improvement in my skin when I was using it consistently, in like the tone of my skin. And I can say that because I went for about a week and a half of not using it, and I could see how my face just looked like a tired mom. And if you also feel like you look like a tired mom, don't take this as anything. You don't need this. You don't need anything I'm talking about. But if you have funds and you're wanting to like elevate your life a little bit, these are some things I like. So this red light therapy mask has just been so nice to put on at night. I edit a video or I watch a YouTube video. Reading a book is a bit hard because the light does come out of the mask a little bit and it like makes it a little bit weird with the eyes, but still great. Love it. The other thing I'm liking for skin is Skin by Kaylin. If you're living in Calgary, go see her. She is so good. I actually need to double check and see when my next appointment is, because I feel like I'm almost overdue, but it must be coming up pretty soon. My skin's changed so much since seeing her regularly. I think I see her about like once every 6 weeks-ish, give or take. Love it. Another thing, this is not a Canadian product, but it is a tanning lotion. It's a clear tanning gel, and I got it from Walmart. It's called B-Tan. I'm still a novice tanner, so if you ever see me in public and you're like, ooh, you look so great and glowy, don't look at my knees. Please don't look at my knees, and don't look at the tops of my feet. Maybe don't even look at my hands. Look at the rest of my body and be like, wow, you're so nice and glowy, because I will be. It's a tanning gel. I'm white as a ghost, very typical ginger, and the tanning lotion is the only thing that I got, okay? However, the skill, we don't got that yet, so we're working on it. If you have tips, let me know, but if your tip is just like, put lotion on your knees, I know to put lotion on my knees. I'm trying. Okay, I'm trying. For entertainment, we're just rapid firing this all of a sudden. So yeah, entertainment, my Giggly Squad podcast. I love it. I have had to add in a few new podcasts. I used to listen to Skinny Confidential a lot, and I just can't respect some of the people they bring on there. I'm a huge advocate for everyone being able to like have their opinion and their perspective, but when you have a big platform, I think you also have a responsibility to not, like, you need to vet the people that are sharing your platform and whose opinions you are giving a platform to. They've had a few very questionable people on lately. I'm not talking politics. Politics, yeah, share away. I want to hear your version. I can disagree with every aspect of it. But like health stuff, if you have an opinion on healthcare or an opinion on stuff, that's fine. If you're going to full on be dogmatic about it and put your opinion and state it as fact, now I have a problem, because that's just not okay. Because that's a lot of people listening to this, a lot of people getting fear-mongered too, and I just don't love it. And after a few of them, I was like, I'm not even listening to this podcast anymore. I'm just like skipping their episodes. I'm going to unfollow, and I need to replace. So I've been replacing them with Giggly Squad, which has been very entertaining, like just nothing of substance. No offense to those people, but like it's just fun, lighthearted things, which has been a really good thing right now. It's nice to, like, a little break for my brain. The other one, for more local, supporting Canadian and Calgarian, well, Albertan, Girl Dinner. That is, I had them. Nope, I haven't had them on here. I had Sam on my podcast last summer, and I was most recently on their podcast. It was really fun. Although I didn't know that my face was going to be so big on their little clips. And so then they started sharing social media clips, and I didn't realize that my face was like the face. That was all I could see. And I'm like, I would have done a little bit more makeup if I knew this was going to be the case. But still, it was a really fun episode. I would love to have them on my podcast one day in person, but that's for the future. The other podcast I'm loving is Millionaire Mother. If you are interested in trying to make money, or I mean, who isn't? But you're a mom and you're trying to figure out like how to find a balance in your life with making money and being with your kids, and you're not into the MLMs, but you just want like to repair your relationship with money, or all of it, really. I don't even know how to describe her podcast other than it's just about making money as moms and mindset work. Like I don't have a side gig. I'm kind of getting to that point of my life where I can just do things to have fun with it. I don't have to make it like be profitable. So whether it's my content on social media, whether it's this podcast, one day I'd like to get back into writing, I can just do it for fun just because it is. And if it ever makes money, great. But like, that's not my purpose. Millionaire Mother talks about that. And she talks about just like having fun with your creativity. There's a few different episodes I've loved. I've listened to them over and over. I'll link them down below or in the descriptions. Highly recommend. And then this episode from Plenty, it's another podcast, and she's also talking about money and healing your relationship with money and your nervous system with money, which is a whole world I'd never even thought of, but I love it. It's so good. Okay, I'm going to finish off with two more things. Summer House off Bravo. I pay for Bravo now, which is ridiculous. I never, ever, ever saw myself as a reality TV girl, but here I am, making time and honestly sacrificing TikTok time for Summer House. And I'm not talking new episodes. We're still back on like season what, 5, 6? I think we're like way back there. I have not caught up to the most recent season. But I loved Vanderpump Rules and I like Summer House. And I wish that more places, like I want more friend groups, legit friend groups. I don't want a cast of people anymore. I want to see a real friend group and their highs and lows. That's what made Vanderpump so good, and that's what made the first few episodes or seasons of Summer House so good. I'm excited to continue watching that, and if you need something just like dull background reality TV, kind of lose yourself in somebody else's drama for a minute, highly recommend. And the last one is a YouTube channel that I've recently discovered. I've been letting it play while I clean up or while I haven't done a puzzle in a long time, but it's like the perfect background actually for doing a puzzle. It's called the It Girl Handbook, the It Girl playlist maybe. Again, I'll link the actual thing below. She just is, I don't know who this is. I think she's a faceless account, but her videos, they're like video essays on like the discipline of supermodels. And yeah, this It Girl playlist is totally for high schools and like early 20s. Like it's not, I don't think it was like geared towards me in the demographic of like mid 30s, early 30s. We're 32. We're not going to say mid 30s, but still sometimes when I need to heal my inner 14-year-old, my inner teen, or my inner 20-year-old, because she likes to come out every now and again, but like in the angry way. So I watch these videos that are geared towards younger people and their self-development, and that kind of like helps me fix that part of me. I don't know. If it works, it works, and I'm not going to complain. Back to the placebo effect, right? I gotta write that whole episode. It's gonna be so good because I love a placebo effect. What did I say? A placebo? I love a placebo effect. Guys, I think the coffee is hitting really great. The heart rate is rapid, and we are going to go ahead and end this. I would like you to go find a mirror. Actually, just pull up your phone right now. So skip the mirror, open up your camera app, say, hey girl, you're doing all right. And if you're a guy, I'd be like, hey girl, you're still doing all right. And give yourself something like a compliment. Find something within your face or within your mind that you really appreciate right now and give yourself a compliment. And then take a selfie of yourself now that you're glowing and feeling all the self-love. Maybe not all of it, but like a smidgen. And we'll continue working on it. I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Follow the podcast at She's Doing All Right. Follow me at sarah.g.carter on TikTok and Instagram. If you have any questions, there's an email box below, a DM. I don't think I need to tell you how to get a hold of me, right? If you figured out how to work a podcast, you probably know how to send a question into that podcast. I make it pretty easy. And you've got thumbs and a brain. All right. I love you. Thank you for being here. Goodbye.